Good morning. I'm going to start off with some tractor work today, as you can tell. I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday. I made a couple of marks. Just to give me a parallel line with that wall. The plan is this dirt is basically where the rocks are going to be, so I'm going to end up having to dig out some of this, but I can't dig out too much because this is my only way down there. So you got to be real careful here. And I'm itching to make some progress, so I'm just going to hop in there and see what happens. Got the first half basically roughed in. I couldn't get the tractor in from this side all the way to the end there without just being too tight in here. So I dug that first half that way, and now I'm gonna come in this way and dig the rest of this out. Well, surprise, surprise, the cheap, crappy laser doesn't want to turn on. So I guess I'll have to do this without a laser.
Got to make a form there so you don't want the walls to fall down. What's getting buried?
That camera's getting buried.
The tripod's getting buried. Do you want to move it for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's better.
Whew, battery's about to die, so I better hurry. There it is. So the bottom form's in place, and now I just need to get materials for the walls. And I'll figure out how to stand them at the right height. I wasn't fast enough. Anyways, I was saying, stand up a wall that is about 6 inches in from the lip here. And the wall, depending on the materials I find, will either be 6 or 8 inches thick. I might end up doing an 8, but so don't hold me to that. I want to pour the wall and the footing at the same time. Just put some steel stakes and support the form on the steel stakes, and let the concrete just flow around the stakes, and then I just lose them in the concrete. It should be good to hold up the forms. It'll be somewhere around a 3-foot high wall, something like that.
Start it up. This is lit. Start it up. This is lit.
Was taken apart. I had a bunch of old plywood that I'd used as forms for the poles on the pole barn. One day I'll make a video of how I did that, but in the meantime, I was able to pull out enough plywood to pretty much, I should be able to do this whole wall with what's sitting there. Well, that's all she wrote for today. They've come to take me home.
What's going on?
I got water dirt in my boot.
Again? Oh dear.
Oh no, I got a lot. 1,000. Want to see?
Yeah, which one? This one?
Different and different.
Oh my gosh. You really did have a lot of dirt in your boot. You weren't kidding. Oh my goodness.
I go barefoot.
Okay.
I like that. I gonna go down there.
Okay.
Battery's almost
Almost ready to go?
I almost.
Okay.
I got a little overzealous yesterday and threw this part of the wall in first when I probably should have laid this down and then built the second wall, got this one good, and then put this one in because I didn't leave myself enough room here. I don't have enough room to drop the other wall down in, do all the rebar and the ties and everything. But long story short, these are left over from form work I did on the pole barn, and I have plenty to be able to do this whole wall. So just is a little bit of a jigsaw puzzle to make sure it all goes together and is strong. But luckily most of the pieces had some commonality. I had enough pieces that were just 2 foot that I could cobble them together like so. And so used a couple extra whalers to make sure everything's extra strong. Because normally with 3/4 inch plywood you really only need whalers every 16 inches. But because at 2 foot, you know, I had to catch, this one has to catch the edges at 2 feet, so that's a little too far apart, so I just added one in the middle and then I put one up top. So the concrete's only going to about here. Anyways, and I've got 8-inch snap ties. And so once I get the other wall down here and I figure out, I think what I'm thinking is a row every 16 inches on the bottom. I'll do a row in the middle at every 2 feet and a row at the top at every 2 feet. And then, and that should be good. And then I'll drill them all out so that they're the same on each side. And I'll try to get it all together, get all the rebar in there. Yeah, it's a lot of work. We'll see how far I can get today. So I got these stakes, you know, they'll end up being entombed in the wall, but I didn't really have enough room on the other side to get in there and stake them like I will stake this side.
This is lit.
I was thinking that, I mean, really, I could just leave the snap tie in on this side. I was thinking that if I went to snap it off, it would probably chip the concrete, but I could just leave the snap tie in on that side and actually it'll get encapsulated in concrete. So I just answered my own question. So I think I'm going to leave, I was thinking I was going to lower these holes to the other side of the board, and that would, you know, put it plenty deep. But I could just leave it how it is because I'm not going to snap off that side. Cool. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to carry on then. I got all the holes drilled. So I guess the next step is, I guess, rebar. So I'm putting my mark right on the post here. Making good progress today. Have a look at the finished rebar. So I've got number 4 rebar every 2 feet, and then I've got number 3 rebar like every 16 inches or so, and then I've got 2 number 3s down on the bottom, and everything's tied together. So the next step is I just got to throw in my snap ties and then stand this wall up and try to slide it over all of them. We'll see how this goes. This might be a real pain. So I got the feet on there. These feet will hold it up until I can drive the stakes in. And I should be able to unscrew them and just pull them out. Well, that went pretty well. You know what I could really use right now is my son's little grabber toy. I can reach down and grab him and put him in the hole. This wall is going to be a retaining wall to hold back the dirt, but also to support this deck that I'm going to build basically to fill in this whole area here. If you can see the strings, that's basically the outline of what the deck will be here. It's kind of a asymmetrical shape. The last thing I had to do on these forms was put the end caps on. I'm gonna get this form finished, and then, I'll show you on the plans, but I'm gonna dig and put a little form in right in the middle here. It shouldn't be too hard, but it is a pain in the butt to put one in kind of after the fact. So there's, on the plans, it shows this little staircase with a little landing, and we're not going to do that, of course. And the deck will actually be, from this post to this post, and it goes out like this and out like that. So it's kind of this asymmetrical shape, like I was saying. And because I was adding this deck to it, and this is only a 4x8, and I never added this plinth, I'm thinking I might as well go ahead and add it, since it shows it on the plans here. But it actually, on the basement plan, it omits it. So that might have been part of the reason why I didn't put it in too, because I think it might be an error. And then again, here's one of the elevations, and it shows a plinth, and these two plinths are in, and these are obviously not accurate. But I'm going to show you just the very basic plans we got. I drew up the floor plan and just took it to them, and just had them make structurals really, and they just kind of did these just basic, just so that I had something. I think you have to have elevations to get a permit. We will make a video eventually that talks about how we got to this design. When I was getting bids for the concrete foundation, these plinths alone were going to cost me about $5 grand. There's a lot of plinths. They're pretty good size. They require a fair amount of form work and setup and stuff. Yeah, $5 grand just for those. So I saved myself $5 grand by doing that. Hey, what's going on, bud? I'm going to finish this form. Yeah. I'm going to dig a hole under the deck. You like digging holes. Try to dig it before the sun comes around and burns me. Looking good. You are. This poor guy's got kidney disease. And we've switched him over the past few months to a kidney diet. And he's lost a bunch of weight. But it seems like he lost mostly fat. He still seems pretty solid, and he's happy and active, and just hope he keeps on keeping on. He's going to be 12 this year. All right, let's get to work. Holy cow. I don't think I had this aimed, or I had this on time lapse, but when I kicked this on just now, this guard back here had fallen down into the blade, and when I kicked it on, it was just sparks came out everywhere at me. And I hope I didn't ruin my beautiful blade. Oh my lord. I think I got a hot, yeah, I definitely got a hot piece of metal on my forehead on that one. And if I didn't foul the blade up last time, I probably did this time. And I had a feeling last time that I didn't get it tightened down enough. Definitely broke that tooth. Glad I was wearing a mask. There you go. And throw 2 stakes in. There it is. Alright, this cut was a little tricky, but I got it. So today I have the concrete coming, so I just gotta button up a few things. It's supposed to come at 1. Right now it's 8:30, so should be an exhausting but good day. Oh, good morning. I actually got an okay night's sleep last night, so I feel halfway human for first time in a while. But not all the way, of course. It's been 2 days since we poured, so I'm going to strip these forms off. See how things are looking. Sounds like a woodpecker. Yep, oh yeah, it's a woodpecker pecking right on our light post. You see that? Oh, that scared him. well, I don't know. I might be able to strap these to the backhoe and pull them out, but I might just cut the wood off, and it's going to be a struggle to get it out. But I'm also tired, so when I get back from break, I'll give it another try. So, looking at this, you know, it's pretty level, but the front edge here really could have done a better job. There's a nice dip right here that I totally didn't see. Wonderful. And there's another little dip here. God. I mean, it could be worse, but that's gonna be irritating. I don't know. I'll set the deck just a 1/4 inch higher, and once the deck is there, then I'll get it perfectly level with the deck, because I don't want any tripping hazard or anything. So did a pretty ugly job here. But so the idea I had was this slab will, you know, I'll pull these up. This slab will tie into this, and therefore it can't, you know, it won't ever settle past the top of this one. I thought I'd do that rather than carrying the slab over the complete top, which I probably should have done. But whatever.